So currently we're in the process of redeveloping some of the programs in the education department, and we're also trying to reach out to more high school students and students in middle school from like 7th to 8th grade. We've actually remodeled our latest program, the Archeology for Kids program, and originally it was for younger kids, but now we've added a second part to it, which basically allows kids from kindergarten up until high school to be able to interact into this program.
I would specifically want as many public schools and as many kids growing up in Queens, no matter what religion, what ethnic background they are, to find out more about how it was 20, 30, 40, 150, 250 years ago. Sometimes kids and their parents don't feel connected because they're immigrating to this area, and they feel, me being again an immigrant myself, a first-generation immigrant, people do not necessarily feel connected. I don't want them to see this heritage as something that would differentiate them because obviously there's not just one past and it doesn't belong to one set of people like it was done, I would say, in the past decades, where the past was only belonging to the colonial upper class or even farmers of Western European descent. But through these programs, I wish and I hope to reestablish our notions of history.
When you're teaching it, not everybody's going to be into the same aspect of what you're talking about. For example, we had the exhibit 6 Outstanding Women, and there were figures like Helen Keller and Lisa Randall, and maybe if someone who's interested more in the science aspect of it, of history, they would kind of gravitate towards Lisa Randall rather than the other figures in the exhibit. So for any of our educational programs, for a lot of the lectures we like to cover not just one topic, but try to cover a range of topics.
It's interesting enough to see that social media conduits and platforms are changing. In the beginning, it was Facebook. That was sort of the most important, I think, place to start with. In recent years, it's Twitter and Instagram that became extremely popular.
We've had social media. We've had Facebook and Twitter for a while. When I started interning, I had just made an Instagram, and I'm trying to really focus on that and focus on social media because I know it's so important, especially because that's how a younger demographic gets more of their information, more of their news, and hear about exhibits and things going on. I'm trying to focus more on that and update it more and not kind of just forget that it's there.
Queens Historical Society and the exhibits that we have, also lectures too, and programs get to be advertised without us knowing. People just create a hashtag or photograph an event and then they post it online. We should have an enormous focus just on social media.
A lot of museums, especially in the city, have apps. So half the time I don't go on anything but their app just to see like, oh, what are their hours and whatnot. So we actually have an intern specifically for software engineering and computer science, and we're going to attempt to make an app. So it's more appealing to students, especially students in college who are studying anything with history, or museum professions who can just go on the app and look at what's going on and what we're doing and streamline like one network.
Interactive as we can be, literally having videos, perhaps even touch screen pads all around where kids could sort of actually play a game or do a drawing, just making them much more engaged, maybe audiovisually much more so. But it's very interesting how it has changed through time, and I think we want to base ourselves on places like the Natural History Museum, where obviously it's more natural sciences based, but I feel that humanities can be, in this case, history and ancestry of Queens should be much more interactive. One of the biggest plans is something that a lot of other museums already did, which is digitizing our archives. We have done it just partially, and it's really crucial to have all the maps, letters, anything that's in the archives already digitized, and having our own collection preserved in the best possible way.
So my future plans, which I'm actually trying to implement right now, is kind of doing a whole rebranding, and so that way, because we are a house museum, so we also have to stay relevant with the times. So what I want to do is redevelop a whole entire new website, rebrand all our materials that we print, like newsletters, brochures, everything like that, and have more of like an updated graphic design to everything, which I think is going to be a way where we appeal to more of a younger demographic, which is something that we're really trying to do and we haven't really succeeded in the past.
Through time, hopefully through these programs, it will bring sort of a revamped version of Queens Historical Society. I want kids, and of course adults, and in many cases seniors who are coming in for different workshops, for those who grew up here to reconnect, and for those who are young and new to this neighborhood to feel like they are invited.